So we ask a lot of questions at Real Schools, and we've been talking to our school leaders lately about what they're really looking for, particularly around that idea of school culture and how we could help. They tell us three things. Number one is that they need a lot of help with how to motivate their staff and how to get the best out of their staff without burning them out, freaking them out and sending them completely over the edge. Number two is they tell us that the thing that actually does stress their staff the most is that it's student behaviour. And look, that matches really up well with the literature that we have around what's stressing teachers, but I actually think there's something different to that. I think that what's keeping teachers up at night is not necessarily the behaviour that's happened that day, but it's the absence of a plan to do something about it the next day, and that's very much fitting in with what our principals and school leaders that are friends with us are telling us. And number three is that you would like to learn a lot about how you can do something about staff wellbeing and how you can do something about student behaviour in your school, but it's very difficult to turn your back on the ocean and walk away from school for a couple of days to be able to do that. So we've listened, and what we've done is we've developed our school culture conference that we're going to run when there are no students or staff to turn your back on. It's going to be on Thursday the 21st of January at St Kilda Ridges here in Melbourne, and it's also going to be on Friday the 22nd of January at the Ridges as well. So you've got a couple of options about what you can do to get involved here. The first day is going to be run by our new Real Schools Director Ryan Martin, who has an incredible wealth of expertise in about how we can actually take our staff from being a staff that might be very stressed and not doing their best work, and by not doing tokenistic things like Friday afternoon drinks or a special cake occasionally to tell them how fantastic they are, but actually by having a staff that is incredibly strongly led and highly engaged and very practice focused, how that's the actual thing that actually makes a real big difference in terms of staff wellbeing. He's going to unpack that on a full day on that Thursday 21st of January, and then the day after I'm going to run a day about how you can lead whole school behaviour improvement. So it's about saying that ahead of 2016, can we not wait until we get all those problems with our students and all those issues that arise before we decide to do something about it? Can we have a plan in place? Can we have a plan in place that helps us get somewhere with our 3 to 5% of most challenging students who take up so much of our time? How can we have a plan in place for those themes that emerge, those difficulties around anger or around the bitchy girls or whatever it is that might show up in your school? And then how can we have our teachers focused on building classroom management plans that work for the broad majority of our school? So we're going to show you how you can actually get that going in a systemic way across your entire school. You can get involved in it on one day for $245. You can get involved on the second day for $245, or you can enrol for the whole conference for $395. And yep, we'll even let you split the registration on that one, so you can have one school leader come to one day, one to the other. So what we've got is a way for you to get involved there that's really easy, and you can find out so much more about it by just getting to the Real Schools website. Look under partnership and you'll see that there's a special link there for the School Culture Conference. You can register directly from there at our Eventbrite site, or you can download the prospectus and the rego form for that there, or you can just drop us a line. Drop us a line at info@realschools.com.au. We'll get that information to you, and that way we can see you on the Thursday the 21st of January and Friday the 22nd of January 2016 for our Real Schools School Culture Conference. See you then.